That's roast pork butt. You can do it in the oven if you like. I did it on the barbecue. It's not smoked, it's just a Sunday roast pork. Roast pork butt. This is about as good as it gets with roast pork. I've got a 6-pound pork butt here. It's a bone in. You can see the bone right there. It's a small fat cap on it, but so the butt comes from here actually, not from down there. And then you've got the picnic which attaches onto that. That would be a whole pork shoulder. So this is a bone-in Boston butt. What I'm going to do is, if you've got a fat cap on it, I like to just crosshatch it. Just put some slices in the top like this. I've got 2 cloves of garlic, and I put them into slivers. I'm just going to take my knife and poke a hole in and put a sliver of garlic in, just like that. Just jam it in with your fingers throughout the whole roast. There you go, right into the money muscle. That's the part that you pull when you turn in competition, the little money muscle. The recipe for this roast pork butt is below in the comments section. But I've got a teaspoon each of onion powder, garlic powder, Himalayan pink salt, and fresh ground pepper. And we're going to, I'm actually going to do it in this. I'm going to sprinkle this all over the outside. Kind of rub it in, pat it in, get into all the little nooks and crannies. I've got my grill set up for indirect cooking. It's been preheating to 325 degrees. I have heat on this side and heat on this side and nothing in the center. And what I'm going to do is put 1 cup of chicken broth just in the bottom. I'm using a disposable tray today. I'm going to put this in the bottom. And I'm going to put a temperature probe in today. Now the perfect temperature for this is going to be, you want to get it up around the 180 degree mark, and when you start getting up into the higher levels like 195, 200, that's the pulled pork stage. You could put smoke on this, but this is just like a Sunday roast pork dinner for us today. So I'm going to put a probe in. When you put it in, stay away from the bone. Right in the center like that. Right in the center, indirect. You could go in the oven if you want, but I don't know why. So I'm going to let that go for, geez, three to 4 hours, and I'll rotate it as I see necessary. And in the last half hour, I'm probably going to pull the tin foil off to get a nice crispy fat. A little bit of bark on the outside. Well, the neighborhood smells fantastic with this roast pork butt. So I went for exactly 3 hours, and then in the last half hour, what I did was I took the tin foil off to brown up the top a little bit. I took the temperature up to 180 degrees. It's now at 181. So when we wrap this up on the plate, it'll continue to rise in temperature. It'll probably get up to, I'm going to say maybe 187 as it sits. So I'm going to take this off. I took it to 180, but you could take it up, as I mentioned, to 195. That's the pulled pork stage. And this started I want to slice this. So I'm going to pull the bone out. The bone should just slide right out. And I'm going to slice it. I'm going to take this and put it on a plate to let it rest. This would be really good too with the whole pork shoulder. That would be the butt and picnic portion for a party. Remember parties? Now, I don't normally make gravy if I've smoked a butt or smoked a brisket, but this hasn't been smoked. This is just like oven roasted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the drippings in, and I'll take off some of the fat on the top, and I'll get the fond. That's all the little sticky bits around the edge there. And I'll make up a gravy. Jennifer's making up some caulimash and some probably broccoli. And to thicken my gravy, I use a xanthan gum. And I have it in a little shaker bottle like that, with little holes in it. And you have to kind of sneak up on it. You just put a little bit on the top and stir it, whisk it in. Works really well. There you go. There's roast pork butt. That looks delicious. So easy. Thanks for watching.